Alright, today I'm going to talk about the problem where many consultants they take too many appointments, like 3 appointments, 4 appointments, sometimes even 5 appointments to close a case. Well, that's taking too long. When your sales process gets so long, it will affect your business, it will affect your income, and it will affect the decision making of the client. Yeah, when clients need to have so many meetups to get clarity, to think, etc., it's really hard to get a sale. All right, so how do we do this? So what we're looking at is basically we're looking at during the first fact find appointment, there are many things to do so that at the end we just need one single closing appointment. And we get the job done for the client to make sure you're efficient and effective. So what do we do? So technically, on the fact find appointment, it is where number one, for a start, even before you meet the client, if you can, you should probably even send the client your LinkedIn profile. Yes, send in your LinkedIn profile before you meet up. And when you meet up, you must make sure you position yourself as a professional, doing 100% referral business. Share with them about the people that you have actually worked with that's similar to their profile. And then this is where you can differentiate. What do we do next? The FF process during the fact find appointment is where we uncover the problem. After uncovering the problem, we push on the pain button and let the client understand about the problem and the pain. We gotta make sure they acknowledge. We gotta make sure they actually acknowledge the pain, the problem, and the need to resolve it. And what happens next? That is when you can get the different criteria of the plans we're looking at. Let me give a very simple example here. For example, they're looking at a savings plan for a kid. At this point in time, you can strike out a budget. Let's say, for example, it could be a 5,000 per year. So how many years would you like to pay for? We look at the length, the child and your commitment levels. We look at probably 10 years. We look at the child is very young, it's a boy 1 year old, and the boy, we're gonna let the plan mature in 20 years. Then the question is, do you close a case here? The answer is no. What we do here is, because we want to position ourselves and differentiate ourselves, what do? We will tell the client that, okay, right now, since I have all your criteria, you acknowledge that the pain and the problem, we gotta give you a solution, and my solution will only come in the next appointment. Why? Because I have to hit back and do some analysis and do some homework for you. This is the value you bring. This is what the client is paying you for, to be able to identify the problem for them and make sure they're aware and acknowledge the problem, have a chat with them on their criteria and understand the criteria that fits them, not what you want but what they want. It's a discussion, and then bring them the value where you actually do some analysis and homework for them. At this point in time, have you closed a case? No, you have not closed one, but you would prep the client for the next appointment where you would present your proposal and that is the time where they would look at the proposal and decide. With all the criteria in place, the next closing appointment is just for you to showcase your analysis work, your homework that you have done, and they will just look at the proposal. And this is already what you have done in the fact finding appointment. You're already what, 50% to 80% of the time you're just going to close the case. So what you do in the fact finding appointment is the most important. Please remember this. This way, because you have did most of the job here during the fact finding appointment, it will not lead to a second or third, fourth or the fifth more times for you to meet just for them to get a conclusion on the solution that will solve their problem. Alright, so that's all for today, and I hope you learned something. Any questions or comments, just leave it below and let me know. I'll be happy to answer them.